Hi guys, and welcome to your weeklies. Congrats to Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Sagittarius. Please check my website for the current specials and take advantage of them. I'm open for the readings. Also try to find me on the Facebook, and that way you can get immediate answer. Hi Aqua, and welcome to your weekly, and congratulations again. I'm so glad that Aquas are going there right on the top with these extending readings. And I have noticed actually that many readers don't really pay attention to aquas very much because we are such a diverse crowd and we have all kinds of things. It's really hard to connect with us. And there are a few readers as well who are like Aquarians and they can actually deliver it, but very few. The others just like tucked us under the carpet. So I'm so glad you're coming to this channel. So let's see what is in the store for us. And quick announcement, I'm actually doing 2 weeks this time around because next week is going to be the solar change. We'll be going from Pisces to Aries. And then I'm doing big monthlies, so that way it's going to cover for that weekly because nobody cares about weekly when they get that monthly. And then 10 days after that, we get this like big monthly about the axis. So this is now for the end of the month. So let's start. And guys, if these energies are not exactly, or you want to get it fine-tuned what happens in your life, please contact me with a private reading. So, how are we getting into this situation? Given that we have been going through lots of karmic lessons lately, right? And this is now express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And most of us didn't do it in a while, right? We have been broken, we have been heartbroken, we have suffered, we were putting a brave face on, but this is pretty much what happened. And we didn't express our love. And this is maybe not necessarily talking about the loved one, but about everything. So it's asking to start practicing. We have to go back to life. We cannot forever stay in that hole. And if you're lucky ones who did manage to already jump on your feet, then by all means, just go ahead. And what is this saying? Look at this. 7 of C. It's also a romantic gesture. This is like not going into anything very serious because we kind of understand these are the world of illusions, those little bubbles, like when the kitty touches it, it just like kind of explodes. So, but we can enjoy it. We can start looking at bubbles and kind of see the world in each of them, different world. This also can mean social dating. This could be media and all these beautiful profiles that you see. Oh, this lady is so perfect and this guy is so perfect. You start hearing the wedding bells before you ever meet them. And then you meet them. And then 3 months later, I have to do the reading. So what is crossing us? Whoa, deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and it is joined with cat magic. And this is exactly what we guys had for a while, right? Not maybe necessarily deception, but sort of like it was a combination of other people deceiving us and us deceiving ourselves, where we were trying to convince to go against the flow, to go against what we feel it's right or wrong. We were kind of judging ourselves with things and not acknowledging that we have to react. And sometimes we don't do that because we don't want to walk away. We want things to work out. This is just like normal human wish. But we have now learned to understand which situations are going to create magic and which situations are not going to create magic. And this is really a good thing. So you see, we are learning who is worthy of our love, and yet, we are not going to go really deeply in it, knowing that we somehow now have this ability to kind of pull this magic. And then, what is in the base of this question? Oh, I didn't even cover the basis of the question. So we have on the bottom of the deck, the priestess. On the bottom of the other deck, we have honeymoon. So this is like intuition. This is like kind of guiding us through forward, very similar to, it's a kind of advanced energy of magic, cat magic, but it's the energy that goes inside and kind of like understanding of secrets, understanding that we don't need to know everything. That sometimes you just know. Sometimes you feel it in your gut feelings, right? That's why she's surrounded with all this amethyst to give her the strength. And it's a really good ground for this next 2 weeks. And this is our color, isn't it, Aquarians? That's turquoise. I don't know about you, but I'm surrounded with those colors. Honeymoon, on the other hand, is temporary condition. It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Some of you might really travel, and good for you. Others, like, maybe have a long distance relationship. And thirdly, some will just enjoy newfound romance. Honeymoon is a temporary kind of situation because you kind of feel bliss, but real life is more grounded. It's not really this blissful. And the media and everybody is training us to kind of like strive for the bliss. And that's why everybody keeps replacing. We are going through this consumerism, even when it comes to our partners. And having a honeymoon spaces from time to time with our partner is really important to remind us that, you know, we are with this person, we are committing to this person and want to cherish this. So we can beat the system pretty much, I think, if we just kind of focus into kind of doing things our way. Now, what is the energy brought to this week? Attraction. It says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And then we have a fire kitten over here. And I kind of like really, here, let me just turn it around for you. It's cute kitty with the tail burning, right? And sort of like we're putting the paw in the fire. And since it's reversed, it basically says it is good to take chances, right? So look, with attraction, right? But just be careful not to become unbalanced in your pursuit of new experiences, right? So it looks like we'll be again taking invites. We'll be going out for coffee or for dinners. We'll be kind of like debating with people and see who can actually pass through our filters, who is not going to get scared, and who's going to just like go, whoa, actually you're more than a pretty face. So it's basically saying just don't be too flamboyant, step back from the flame and just get some perspective on the situation before we perceive into attraction, right? So just don't go into it blindly because the card has lots of light, fire. What did we learn through this very difficult time? What did we learn? Voila, look, did we not? Don't we deserve accolades? This is the hardest lesson to learn. Pay attention to the red flags because in human nature, like we are wired not to do that. We're truly wired ever since we became human, ever since we learned how to talk. Because animals have it. Oh my gosh, fight or flight is so intense. But humans, we are being trained not to, well, no, you're wrong. You shouldn't feel this way. Well, I'm feeling this way. So yeah, we have learned to feel this way again. And it says the signs are cautioning you. And this is doubled up with the priest. Honestly, to me, this was the hardest card to understand in the entire tarot deck, no matter which deck I've got. Because I'm so not into practicing anything organized. I'm so not into being a follower. I'm so not into kind of like having ritualistic things. And even though you might see the crystals over here, that's because the friends buy it for me thinking that I want this kind of stuff. Now, I do have 2 cats, and I have brooms in the closet, and I am a cat tarot. So I guess you can look at it from that standpoint. But kitty this way, I finally got it. I finally got what this means. This doesn't represent church and religion, which it might, if this is important to you, that kind of would be surrounding, and then would mean that you really need structure, that you feel and function the best in being in a highly structured environment. But, you know, given that this came reversed, this means that the lesson learned was to function, to be independent, and not to expect help from the others. Because what had happened, most likely, is that we have been left to our own devices when it was the hardest. when you expect that friends will come to your rescue, your parents, your lovers, your loved ones. And when we were on the bottom, they actually kicked us. It was really painful, but you know what? We have learned now to pay attention to the red flags. We know how much it hurts, and that's why we are cautious. That's why we are going to be cautious when we are going in any kind of attractions. But we are not going to be followers ever again. So, what's the lesson for these 2 weeks? Playfulness, lovely. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. We can do that, Aquarians, can't we? Like, it was enough of having, like, long nose and long face and kind of like being a hermit. And this is coupled with 9 of fire. Like, certain things we are going to give up. Look, there's a little gathering and council of friends. Say, oh, heck, what the heck with the structure. Too much trouble. Let's just not do it. So it just basically says the same thing. Playfulness. Like, this is structure. Let's not be structure, spontaneous, spur of the moment. No, let's do it. Let's just do it. End of the March. Because we are still under Venus retrograde, lots of things will be happening back and forth. So make sure you check your change, because Venus retrograde is going to be a little bit different after we enter Aries, because Aries is such exuberant sign, and Aries and Aquarius actually match pretty good. So it's going to be a slight shift, but I'm already seeing the shift in these 2 weeks happening. So let's see what is the basically ending of this cross of definition. Yay, engagement. Oh, I hope not. And Ace of Earth, kind of conflicting. So if you guys are going for engagement, go for it. Just make sure that this is on the solid grounds, because this kind of worries me that this came reversed, because Ace of Earth is like beautiful card, signifies longevity, growth, etc. Inverse means it can be a false beginning. So if you get so attracted to someone, and we are known for whirlwind romance, just don't let it happen, because it can end up in engagement, and it can end up just being a false start. On the other hand, if you want to engage with someone in terms of getting to know them, just make sure that you're doing slower. That's what this basic combination is saying. So, how do we feel about ourselves right now? We are getting a message to be playful. And why do you think the universe will tell us to be playful? Because the universe sees us as like not really feeling that great. The universe sees us like, look, we still have these nightmares, right? What we left these are red flags. Look at this. Pay attention to red flags. That's what we've been through it. Like somebody attacking us, betrayals, like being bitten in the back, like fire. And of course, like after a while, we start being conditioned to it. But at the same time, we are finally becoming optimistic about our love life. And it says, and you see what got us here? Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Aquarius, this is really interesting, because when playfulness comes out, this is the ultimate reward from the universe. This means we have passed. We have passed with flying colors. And the fact that we have 3 major arcana, and that we are finishing with the Emperor, and I still didn't get there, it's amazing too. So before I give you this conclusion, let's go how other people see us. You see, they did see us suffering, and how they interpreted that was, well, they are codependent. Their addictions are affecting your romantic life. It is really easy to pass this judgment when you're looking someone, and yet you have to remove all the roots, everything that is like holding you, right, to make a decision that is different. Because karma is set of decisions, and you keep repeating decisions expecting different results. Well, yeah, then you're insane. But if you start having different decisions, and those decisions are guided decisions, then you have a shortcut. That's why tarot helps. Sometimes you just make 5 great decisions, 2 bad decisions. They're still moving ahead. But you know what? Making hard decisions when most people don't want to walk away because you still feel for someone and you still make a decision to walk away, that's a biggie because it is hard and not many people can do it. And we did walk away, right? But you know, it was hard for us. Maybe we broke the pattern. And when we break this pattern, it means we are going to be rewarded by the universe. So if you are Aquarius who walked away like from somebody we really loved, but we just couldn't see, no matter which stone we turned, we couldn't see this functioning. It was always the bridge that will break sooner or later. So we felt, well, let's make it sooner. So we were just kind of like picked up kitty, going like, look, first flying everywhere. Like, what the heck am I doing here and why am I here? I'm out of here. So what our friends and environment doesn't know is they don't really know what really goes inside of us because like we are like a rocket. We are like a sky. We are like sword and like we are rocket. Like we kind of like get things really fast. And that's, we are independent and we have been going through really, really hard times. So we are getting right now from universe, High Priestess, honeymoon playfulness. So what are basically possible red flags in just 2 weeks, and fears then basically hopes. Of course, the hope would be to find a soulmate. And yes, this is your soulmate. So it would be so nice, just like it served to us, like after all these bad times, oh, come over. And this is crossed with Sky Tom, which is like swords. We are capable of handling swords. So it's much easier for us because I have to tell a little bit about the Sky Clan. Sky Clan is the sword, basically clan. It's a clan of very independent cats. Those cats have kind of gathered together just because of need to be stronger because they are together. But those Sky Cats are really, really good hunters because that's what you have to be when you're independent. You kind of like eat what you kill kind of a thing. Unfortunately, there's lots of kill around them. And unfortunately, sometimes, like, I mean, even the other cats get scratched as kind of dead on luck. So this is basically saying, be careful not to hurt something before it was kind of like even opened up to the soulmate position. Also, this is also saying be open to new ideas, be open to new way of hunting, improve yourself, right? And how is the month ending? Lovely. Passion. And the Emperor. So if you're ladies, we are going to meet someone in the next 2 weeks, somebody who's going to be really important, somebody we are going to look up to, in who's going to treat us like the king. So, you know, Aquarius, we didn't have such a good reading in a long, long time. And let's take advantage of these 2 weeks and do what we have to. This is like saying social media. Please, if you're dating, create your online profile and create it to be fun. Don't go with this boring what they tell you. Remember, we have learned this lesson not to be boring. We now know how to look for red flags. We do know that people are going to give us their best packaging. But, you know, we have a nose for it. Now we are like a magic cat. We will find out if they are deceiving us or not deceiving us. So no, don't fret. Just tell them, look, I'm an alien from a different planet. If you can handle it, great. But it's going to be a rough ride for you. But you know what? I'll be handling you too. So don't worry, like it's going, like takes two to tango. So just lay down really nicely for them what you expect and see what happens. Because after being challenged for such a long time, after passing karma with such high, like flying colors, this is like literally flying colors. Again, can't believe it how many good cards came out here. Action, cat magic, stay optimistic. Where is the other one? Soulmate, right? Almost like if I had to pick those cards. Engagement, I wouldn't be able to pick them this much. Check this out. Okay, let's recap, shall we? Aquarius, because I usually try to wrap it up so quickly when we have kind of like not so great kind of time. So off you go. Like, no, let's try to not to believe into this week, but unfortunately it always comes through. Express your love, playfulness, be playful, enjoy new partner. Like if you were honeymoon, if you have a partner, please create some form of honeymoon. If you have kids, give them to the sitter, like go somewhere, at least on a date. Stay optimistic about your love life and stay positive. Attraction, if it's not there, it's going to start coming up big times. There'll be your soulmate on the horizon who you will feel so connected to that you will consider engagement, or you will consider kind of like getting to know this person deeper. And yet, to top it off, this person will feel deep, like lots of passion for this person. And then we have the intuition, we have the tools, and we have this ultimate kind of like appearance of somebody who can be our major support, because we just came back from people not supporting us. We just came back from being let down. We just came back from saying, well, I am in a relationship because it's easier to. So we have learned that lesson, that if anybody else shows up in our lives and it's not making our life easier, at least to tolerate life, you're not going to be there anymore. And we're going to walk away again. We have learned that lesson, that we are getting better, and we can get better, and we can handle. So Aquarius, congrats again on being silver winner, and hopefully next week you're going to be the gold winner. All the best. And for private reading, please contact me. I have a special for 20 minutes. Before it was 20 minutes for $30. Now you have 30 minutes for $30, or quickie questions for $10. But I also recommend the larger readings, which are more insightful if you want to know more about you or more about the partner and you. So thanks again for supporting the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I look forward to getting your private reading from you. Take care. Love you.